opportunity in the software as a service application is indeed huge. Actually, we are experiencing a high growth across all our business lines, the ERP, HCM, and CX lines, to a point that actually I'm happy to announce that and to share with you that today we announced here in Mumbai the opening of our application data center in the region because of the commitment we have to the region, but also because of the business opportunity we see. We already have a high number of Indian companies that rely on our software, and actually it's growing so fast that we decided to have a dedicated data center for the region. Well, definitely is an opportunity for our customers to digitalize their operations, their customer interactions, and have a digitalization of their enterprise done through it. I'll give you a couple of examples. For instance, current industries here in the region that sells safety software, through digitalizing their sales operations, has been able to reduce their quote process from 8 days to 2 days, which is of course a great customer experience for their customers. But as well, for instance, customers of our core ERP, for instance, Cactus Communication has decided to migrate from ERP on-premise, our ERP on-premise to the cloud. And that is to actually help with a couple of things. Of course, the cost containment, of course, the best practices that are embedded in our applications, but also with the innovation cycle. So remember how long it takes. If you are a CIO, you probably have clearly in your mind how long it takes to do an upgrade and how much you freeze your investment opportunities in each time you do one. Well, you know, what if I can upgrade it to the latest technology 4 times a year, which is what we do for our customers. And along that, we operationalize the innovation that comes with it, whether it's IoT technologies, blockchain, whether it's artificial intelligence capabilities that are automatically available to you if you so decide to just switch them on and use them in your business. I think indeed immersive is a good starting point for us to discuss about our positioning on artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities. We call them embedded capabilities into our applications. So we have basically done a couple of things for our customers. First, applied our knowledge and domain of processes to the artificial intelligence model so that the predictive capability are more meaningful. We leverage a set of data, we call it data as a service, as a matter of fact, that is not available normally through both from business to business and business to consumer scenarios, to help our customers to have a better capability to predict. Of course, one thing is the machine learning model, the other thing is the data and the experience you expose that model to, which is the key part. And actually, as a testimony of this, I'll give you two data points very quickly. First is we didn't name our AI capability with the name of a scientist or some genius from the past, but instead we just call it machine learning, and we embed it in every applications. How you can use it, for instance, if you are in ERP scenarios, think of our intelligent discount. So have you ever considered anticipating a vendor payment in favor of a discount? Actually, there are conditions where this makes a lot of sense, and this is one of the output that our applications can give to you. So as you say, not sophisticated, not exotic, embedded in every opportunity, in every software that we actually now ship into customer. Great. So I think you mentioned 3 things, 3 aspects: personalization, automation, and enhanced security. Let me maybe build on each of them. So personalization, for instance, you have the capability to have personalized messages in a marketing scenario. Jetstar is one of our customers here in the region, famous mid to low cost airline that actually has captivated a lot of audiences because of the messages that actually speak out to their customer are extremely personalized. They don't speak to a segment, they speak to an individual, their particular interest, and this actually is the result of applying AI technologies to a series of data that is available on the past experience or customers like that particular traveler I'm actually targeting. We spoke also about automation. So for instance, in our expense, one of the things that we're doing is giving the opportunity to each individual to take just a snapshot of a receipt and then in the background work through a couple of things. So first, recognizing what is the business entity that emitted that receipt. Maybe it's a restaurant. Because of the number of things quoted on the receipt, I could actually spot it was 2 people potentially there, it was 4 people potentially there. So if it's more than 1 person, I would ask you, who have you invited, right? The third opportunity is actually, control the limits. Was this expense within limits? Was acceptable? And this all happens in the background, actually, through mobile technology or even voice-activated technology, where we provide these capabilities. It's a great example of automation of otherwise quite a tedious task in enterprise world. Finally, you asked me about security. So all our applications run on our latest generation 2 data center that actually embed security, makes security the highest the most important point in the way we deploy these applications. We are able actually to automate the threat detection in questions of milliseconds versus the few seconds or minutes that usually might take for a human to even detect that. So we are able to do this, preventing attacks, but also auto-scaling the application. So for instance, if you are going through a peak workload, a certain point that might happen just in the next 10 minutes, we're able to take preventive measure before your environment goes down, therefore giving you the same availability and the same response time that you would normally experience. Well, this is one exciting business line for us. We clearly have a leadership in this space. How the market is reacting, 100% of my customers are asking for ERP capability in the cloud. The question is then becomes more the when, the how. So should we take a division? Should we take the full entity? Should we take a country and put it to the cloud, right? So it becomes an operational question, but whether it has to be cloud or not is becoming now a no question anymore. So I give you an example. There are organizations, like I mentioned before, Cactus, putting all their ERP here in India to the cloud, but we have organizations like the largest one of the largest software and system professional service provider, Wipro, has put all their enterprise performance to the cloud. In a sense, there will be hopefully more to it. Things like our Hindalco, which is the largest aluminum roll manufacturer in the world, and decided to also put in the cloud all their planning and performance management system. So these are just examples we see all over the world. So banks like Macquarie Bank in Australia putting all their financial in the cloud, Western Digital in the US, manufacturer of high tech, putting all their processes to the cloud, consolidating different environments that are on premise, and by the way, migrating off some of our competitor ERP to standardize on the Oracle ERP cloud. So we are clear leaders, like the Gartner Magic Quadrant says in this space. We are very excited. That is not anymore a question of if, it's a question of when and how. We apply pay-per-use where it makes sense. So for instance, in our service cloud scenarios, we have session-based pricing if customers are interacting with you through the web. We have other pricing model based on, for instance, contacts, for instance, in marketing, or other metrics like users in other business line. I think what it makes sense in a subscription model, where independently of what's the pricing model that supports it, is to make sure that customer realize success and see value out of it. This is really the key of our business model as a cloud company. Revenue and renewals, it becomes a strategic importance for us to maintain the revenue growth, and that is intimately connected to the customer success, which was not the case before. So we become a business partner for our customers. We have all the vested interest in making sure that the customer adopts and finds value out of what we sell, independently of the pricing model that we could adopt.